Once upon a time, there was a small village in the middle of a dense forest. The villagers were happy and content with their simple lives, but they always warned their children to never venture too deep into the forest, because it was believed to be haunted by evil spirits. One day, a young boy named Jack decided to explore the forest despite the warnings. He walked for hours until he stumbled upon an old abandoned mansion. The mansion was massive and looked like it had been deserted for years. Jack was curious and decided to enter the mansion. As soon as he stepped inside, he felt a chill run down his spine. The mansion was dark and dusty, and the air was thick with an eerie silence. Suddenly, he heard a creaking sound coming from upstairs. Jack's heart started racing, but he couldn't resist the urge to investigate. He slowly climbed the stairs, and as he reached the top, he saw a figure standing in front of him. It was a ghostly figure of a woman dressed in a white gown. Her hair was disheveled, and her face was pale and lifeless. Jack tried to run, but his feet wouldn't move. The ghostly figure started moving towards him, and Jack could feel her icy breath on his face. He tried to scream, but no sound came out of his mouth. The ghostly figure grabbed him by the arm and dragged him towards a room. The room was dark, and Jack couldn't see anything. Suddenly, he felt something slimy wrap around his legs. He looked down and saw that he was standing in a pool of blood. The ghostly figure started chanting in a language that he couldn't understand, and suddenly, the room lit up with a bright red light. Jack saw that he was surrounded by dozens of ghostly figures, all dressed in white gowns. They started moving towards him, and Jack knew that he was going to die. Suddenly, he felt a sharp pain in his chest, and everything went black. When Jack woke up, he found himself lying on the forest floor. He looked around and saw that he was surrounded by the villagers. They had been searching for him all night, and when they found him, he was unconscious. Jack tried to tell them about the ghostly figures, but they didn't believe him. They thought that he had just had a bad dream. But Jack knew what he had seen, and he knew that he would never forget the horror that he had experienced in the haunted mansion.